the length of your fingers on top of their head, super floppy and built. Okay, so coatis, bats. Also, snake season. We have had about 2 rattlesnakes in the past week and a half. Okay, we do remove them for the most part before anyone gets here in the morning, so don't worry too much. Also, the occasional scorpion, spider, lizard, everybody's favorite animals. They do use the cave from time to time. Okay, so those are a few of the animals. Before we continue to the right, one last cool thing about where you're standing, I find this fascinating. The first people to step and walk, where you guys are stepping and walking, the first people to find Colossal Cave were the Hohokam Native Americans, right? They did find the cave over 1,000 years ago when that entrance was only about 30 inches wide. Okay, the year 900 AD roughly. They would have crawled in here, and they used the shelves to your left and this shelf to your right as seasonal shelter and storage. We do know that because they left us tools and artifacts scattered all over the room in here, which you guys will see later in the tour, right? They also left us that last clue right here. That dark stuff this time carries all the way out to the entrance that we just came in, right? And that's because that is mainly smoke residue this time from fires they were having in this room. If you guys look right below that, there's a hole carved out of this rock to your lower left with some old charcoal staining still on the top of that from those fires all those years ago, which I think is pretty remarkably cool, right? With that said, guys, our eyes are probably a bit more adjusted, so if you guys are ready, let's head down this way. Watch your head and shoulder coming up. Also, where's your name in the very front? Edna. Edna. Edna, don't do any backflips over the railing. Okay?
Edna.
I know it's kind of tempting with backflips. For everybody else, front flips are okay, back flips are no go, alright? Let's go down the line. What's everybody's name? So it's Edna in front. Drew. Keith.
Ada.
What was it?
Ada.
Ada.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Randolph.
Randolph. Okay. Nice to meet you guys officially. Ada, is it A-I-D-A or is it A-D-A?
Ada.
Okay, that's my fiance's name, Ada. Ada. I haven't met another one. So
I've only
that's
met
cool.
one other person who's Ada.
That's cool, yeah.
Not two.
Okay, so we're gonna stop right here, guys, for 2 reasons in particular, right? First reason, the room is very pretty. If you guys want to take pictures, I do recommend it. In my opinion, this is one of the prettier rooms we'll be in today. Okay, so check that out. There goes a bat, by the way. Just swing this way. So keep looking around. You guys might see bats that are just solid. Okay.
Oh,
There he goes. Yeah, he might come up here, maybe for looking. But yeah. Okay, so take some pictures. Very pretty room. Second reason we're stopped here, we are looking at a bunch of these formations that make caves famous, right? For starters, does anybody know what these spiky things up on the ceiling are called?
Rocks.
Close.
Stalactites.
Stalactites. Okay, Edna, very close at first.
Edna got it.
Stalactites, right? They do hang tight to the ceiling, stalactite. When they drip calcite-rich water onto the ground, like right here, Edna, what do we get? Stalagmites, okay? They might trip you if you're not being careful, stalagmites. These formations that look like melting ice cream, in my opinion, that's called flowstone and dripstone, okay? Flowstone kind of flows over the same rock for a long period of time, right? Dripstone kind of drips off of that rock. This is all made out of something called calcium carbonate, or calcite crystal. It's a type of crystal. Very pretty, meaning under all this gray dust and pollen and bat poop and bat pee, everything we're looking at would look something like this guy right here. You guys all see that?
Yeah.
So, his name is Old Baldy. For pretty obvious reasons, he's very bald, right? He does look this way because he's also super duper incredibly destroyed by humans.
Yeah.
Right. Early explorers to our cave didn't know the whole thing about touching the cave without gloves on, causing damage to it. They'd come up here, they'd rub his head for good luck as they passed by. The oils on their hands did strip him of that gray, dusty protective coating. Okay, long story short, he's kind of wearing a raincoat on his head now. If water ever returns from above, drips onto his forehead, it's going to brush straight off. He's never going to get any taller than he is right now, which is kind of a shame. With that said, Randolph, you probably agree, pretty sweet forehead. Right?
Sure.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of cool looking. So when you guys come up here, you guys do have gloves on. Give a nice little rub if you want. Say hi to Old Baldy as you pass by, okay? What's up, Baldy? Yeah, anyone that you see that's like that is from the same exact kind of process. Stop right over here for me.
I usually warm in here, isn't it?
All right. So a little bit more human history, right? The first people to find the cave, Hokum Native Americans, we did talk about them. Second visitors to the cave, a dude named Solomon Lick. Pretty cool name, in my opinion. However, kind of a jerk, sadly. Okay? You guys are all driving into the park. You all see that really cool view, that big valley down there, right? Late 1800s, picture an old extravagant hotel used to be sticking out of the ground. It was called the Mountain Springs Hotel and Ranch. Solomon Lick owned that hotel. It was so close to the entrance, he refound the cave for the first time in 400 years, which is very cool, right? After he does that, he gives his own tours down here. They're a little bit different than the one you guys are on today for a couple reasons, right? First, they wouldn't have had these. These are pretty new adaptations to caving, right? So if you hit your head, ow. Second, no floors, walkways, railings, steps, stuff like that. You're crawling through the entire time to get to the entrance to here. I'm guessing about 45 minutes. Okay. Third difference, I'm not going to tell you guys to do this. He would have you guys look up. See the stalactites, how they look flat on the ends? Okay, he would have told you before you guys leave one of his tours to really remember your experience. Take one of those formations, snap it off the wall, bring it home as a souvenir, basically, right? That does stunt, sometimes even kill their growth forever, especially in a dry cave where we don't have water, meaning those won't regrow. Very sad, especially when you guys consider all of those that we're looking at individually take about 100 years apiece to grow ½ an inch. That's it. So when they did that, you have to wonder how much time did they steal from the cave. It's pretty sad if you ask me, right? With that said, now that your guys' emotions are all way down here and you're all super sad and stuff, right? I'm gonna try to lift them by showing you guys two cool things before we go this way. First cool thing, you guys, that view's cool. Check it out. I think it's very pretty, right? Second cool thing, right above my forehead. Whoa, that is a huge stalactite, right? It's also shiny, which is neat. This is one of the heaviest formations in this entire cave system, meaning when you guys come this way and you're standing under it for a split second like I am, you're gonna be under about 5,000 pounds of rock, roughly the same size as a Ford F-150 pickup truck just hanging there, or a 4-year-old elephant, right? His name is Fang because sharp tooth and molar combo going on. Also because if you're 5'7" or taller and you come this way and you're not paying attention, massive chunk right on the top of your head. Personal experience, it hurts super bad. I've done that 4 times, okay? So please be careful when you come this way. Then guys, we're gonna stop right at this turn here. I'm gonna play music for you, okay?
No disco lights? Left your head.
Okay, stop. I know it's a tight squeeze, but I'm gonna play music. All right. So what I mean by music, you guys ever seen that super fancy crystal dishware or glasses that people pull out like twice a year? Okay. You ever seen them do that thing on the top and it hums?
Yeah.
Crystal just tends to reverberate sound naturally super well.